Yeah, for sure.
But then they
sure.
want to go ahead and do the other stuff anyway. But you know,
exactly. Absolutely.
But I mean, it's all good, man. Listen, man, I don't knock it. You know, I mean, there's a few things I don't agree about it, but it evolved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, hip hop was like it's like one of my kids, man. You know.
Exactly.
You create it, you nurture it, you raise it, and then it gets to an age where it does what it wants to do. You know, and that's what happened, man.
Yeah. Can you speak on the evolution of hip hop? Like, you know, what do you see any originality right now in the scene from any other artists coming up?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't really listen to a lot of the hip hop of today. I do some of it. I mean,
I feel you.
You know, I just. It's gotten to the point where it's like the music comes on and I tune out the lyrics because there ain't no lyrics.
I understand,
like,
absolutely.
You know, it's I'm just completely tuned out.
Like they say, knowledge is the lost element.
I don't want to go there, man. I don't want to go there.
All right, so we'll take it back then. We'll take it all the way back.
Yeah.
What was the original intent and the message of hip hop when you guys were creating it out there? You know, Cold Crush Brothers, Furious 5.
Okay. I would be lying to you if I said that there was a message. There was no message, man.
Yeah.
When we started doing this, we were kids.
Absolutely.
We're kids, you know, 16, 17 years old. You know, I was a sports head playing baseball, basketball. Right. You know, I played ball, baseball. That was my thing, baseball. Every day I was involved in sports, man. I was in a band professionally, you know, a young kid playing in bands and clubs. We're talking about the 70s, man, when you know, nobody cared about anything. And the way it happened for me was because the drummer and the organ player were DJs, you know?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I came in like, oh, I'm going to change the world. It wasn't that. It was just something that I decided to do, you know? I saw them do it. I'm a tech head. I'm a nerd. And any DJ that tells you they're not a nerd, they're lying. All right? Because we all like our little toys and electronics and we get deep into it. So we're nerds. I saw that. I saw the techniques, you know, and I just saw the mechanics and the way it was working. I decided to get into it.
For sure.
When we were doing it in the streets, it was just, I was doing it because I wanted to pick up girls. That was it. You know what I'm saying? It was a cool way. Chicks liked the DJs, you know, and the DJs were attracting all kind of people, and I wanted in on that, man.
Yeah, they
put later on, because I started out as a disco DJ, not as a hip hop DJ. Then I discovered hip hop and the break beats. Because hip hop didn't come till later on.
For sure.
Then I discovered the break beats, and what enticed me about it was because a lot of the break beats they were playing were rock songs.
Gotcha.
And I'm a rock head. I love my rock music.
Same here.
And they were playing a lot of the rock beats like Rush and Aerosmith and a few others, you know, Kid and a whole bunch of people. And I related to that. I knew that, hey, I know that beat, you know, and I was like, I could do this.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I took on the task to become a good DJ, you know, seeing some of the other guys that they were cutting in, and there were no Hispanics doing it like I was doing it. Now, I'm not going to lie here and say that I was the very first Hispanic, because there were a lot of Hispanics at my time. I wouldn't say a lot. There were a handful of Hispanics in the Bronx doing what we were doing.
Exactly.
You know? But not all of them took it as seriously as I did. You know, and not everybody, you know, was as good, you know. I was blessed enough that I was able to get out of the neighborhood. Everybody else didn't manage to do that.
I feel you.
So there was no message, man, to get back to the question. There was no message, man. We were just doing it because we loved what we were doing.
And that's hip-hop right there?
Right, and as we were going along, we were noticing that people were copying what we were doing. We were influencing people, and then we started to realize that there was a bit of a responsibility there. We wouldn't go out and, you know, get all crazy with the curses, and we wouldn't go out and you know, we tried. We tried to set an example. It didn't always work, but we tried our best, man. But that's the way that turned out.
Yeah, for sure. That's good. So, you know, like you're saying, getting out of the neighborhood, you were the first Latino hip-hop figure who really set that scene and opened doors. I mean, put on people like Fat Joe and Big Pun later in the era. That's a great title to have, honestly.
Yeah, it was myself and Prince Whip and Ruby D.
Yeah.
They were Hispanics. Whip was a Cold Crush brother for 2 weeks before he decided to defect and go to the Fantastic Five. That's my brother. We actually, Whip and I, we still tour together. As a matter of fact, next month we leave for Paris, Belgium, UK, Germany, and I forgot where else we're going from. But we tour Europe a lot. We're very popular in Europe because what they like about what we do is we take it back to the essence: 2 turntables and a mic.
Yeah.
You know, and they love
That's
that we do
perfect.
that because a lot of people out there complain that we get all these big acts that come out here, but they put it on an MP3 or a CD or whatever, and they hate that because they know that the DJ isn't really spinning.
Exactly.
You know,
There's
I've
no
seen.
spirit.
I'm not gonna say any names, man, but there was a peer who went out there one day, and he didn't do this on purpose. We were on the road for a few weeks. He lost his voice, and he went on stage and lip synced, man.
Oh man.
He got. But we're talking way back when we didn't realize that it was going to be a big mistake because people were lip syncing all the time. American Bandstand, Soul Train, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We thought, okay, you know, it was a one-time thing, but you know, we didn't do that no more.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so moving on, I gotta say, MCs nowadays, they don't seem like they really respect the art. The work that was put in to build up hip hop in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying with the backtracks, when they go out, they're performing on stages, jumping around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have you seen it? Have you seen a decline coming for a while?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call it an intentional disrespect. I think it's just that they're naive because they haven't been taught the way.
Right. Absolutely.
Listen, hip hop is geographical.
Absolutely,
Let me put it
for
that
sure.
way, man. The same way you have your legends in New York, you got your legends in LA, you got your legends in Texas, you got your legends up north in Detroit. I mean, that's Chicago. It started with us, and you know how it is with the grapevine. I can tell you, the cherry fell off the tree, and by the time it gets to the other part, that apple knocked that guy cold out. By the time it gets to
Exactly.
So that's what I feel that's what happened with hip hop. It started one way, and as it evolved and went through the grapevine, it changed. And it came out the way it did. I don't think it's an intentional disrespect. I just don't think that they were exposed to what it really was. What it meant to us.
Right.
And you can't really understand what something means to somebody because you can't get inside that person.
Right, you weren't there when it happened.
Right, so I mean, I'm open-minded that way. I think that that's what it is. I'd like to think that that's what it is. I mean, every now and then you into. I'll give you a good example. I read something DJ Scratch posted the other day. Some kid went on and said that we were old DJs and this and that. And Scratch made a good point because he says, you know what, y'all need to start calling us old because us old DJs, we used to go out and open up for in stadiums 40 and 60,000 deep, while you're still plugging away in these little clubs playing for 2,000 and 3,000 people, which made a lot of sense. So we don't get it a lot,
Right.
But every now and then you run into some guy who really doesn't know and he makes some smart remark and
it's bound to happen. Yeah, I mean, for sure, like, especially, with a lot of acts nowadays, they don't put a lot of focus on the turntables. It's all through a laptop nowadays. I mean, myself, I grew up idolizing people like DJ Premier. Because, I live for those scratches you hear, and I feel like it's just an element that kind of got lost along the way.
Yeah, well, because when the record labels came into place, they turned the culture into a show.
Right.
Right? And as that evolved, they needed changes, and with change came money, and it came, now the focus is on the money, not on the art. I posted something on Facebook the other day that said, don't get it twisted. If you're in it for the money, you're just a businessman, you're not an artist.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man.
That's what Big Keith and I were talking about here yesterday. We were talking about how it's getting all about the money nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, nowadays what I'm seeing young artists come up, like I said, they're not doing their homework, they're not learning where the roots came from.
I do have something to add to that.
For sure.
For example, I think it's it was, I know why the DJs do it, because everybody gotta eat.
Yeah.
I get that, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a point, man, when you DJs out there gotta listen to this, man. There's a point where you gotta say to yourself, you know what, man, I did this for a reason. I didn't do this to sit in the back of the stage with 2 turntables, acting like I'm scratching when you can't even hear what I'm doing. But see, people don't see this. I go a little bit deeper. The reason you see like Nicki Minaj, and I'm not knocking what they're doing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Nicki Minaj and Drake and all those cats, Weezy and all these guys, man. The only reason that they have the turntables on this, that's what makes that show hip hop official. Is these 2 things right here. If it wasn't for this, it wouldn't be a hip hop show anymore.
It'd be pop
Right?
music.
So the DJ should see that and demand to be respected that way. Not go on stage and say, yeah, well, you're gonna do this, and they're gonna, you're gonna scratch, and you think and you're not doing anything that adds to the show.
Right.
The day that happens to me, man, that's not going to happen to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I refuse, and I mean, several people have asked me to go on a road with them, and I tell them if I'm not the one playing the music, I'm not going to get on there.
Exactly.
You know, unless that I'm going to be an intricate part in the arrangement, and
Right.
that's a different story.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, the DJ controls the crowd.
Right. I did a show, 9 years ago in Bogota, Colombia.
Right.
The Bogota Philharmonic invited me out there.
Wow.
Right. It was a big music festival. I performed with the Philharmonic on stage, and
Very
we
cool.
did this thing where we were answering call, answer
Yeah.
response. You know,
That's crazy.
it was
Yeah.
yo. It's
Yeah.
you know what it is like to
Yeah.
play in front of a freaking 40, 50 piece, you know, orchestra, and you're all stuff like that is what I like
Exactly.
getting involved in, man. So.
For sure, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Mhm.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and go pick it back to DJ C Money right here. That's right, DJ Charlie Chase and the Cold Crush Brothers in the building right here.
Yeah.
Get busy.
Speak easy.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Cool.
beautiful. Absolutely.
That was tight, man.
Yeah, that was